up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. I feel like I sound so hollow in this room because it's just so spacious and with tall ceilings. I'm about to order me a mic because I think that would help me tremendously. But in today's video, I'm gonna show y'all how I sew on my beaded appliques to my jeans. These are so cute. So this is a pair that basically is almost done. The only thing left I need to do is cut this, which I'll show you how I cut as well. So I need to cut that off and then this part will be done. And I got one more pair of jeans. I actually sell these on my website. So if you like them, go check them out. I hand sew all of these onto the jeans. All right, y'all. So we about to start the process. I have my basic pair of jeans here, and y'all can take this and apply it to basically anything with sewing on a beaded applique, okay? Same concept, it's very simple, whatever. So I have this piece, and I actually ordered this off of Amazon. You can get on Amazon, you can get on Etsy. Actually, I lied. I ordered one piece off of Amazon, and then I went on Etsy or AliExpress. Actually, it was AliExpress, and I seen these, and I ordered the rest of them for dumb cheap. Y'all, Amazon be getting y'all. So if you got time, go ahead and just order it. So this is one long piece, and what I did was cut this in half. I put one piece at the top pair of my jeans and the other piece at the bottom. So usually when something comes in like this very long, it's usually a break in between the groups of pieces. So you would just have to look at the fabric, not the fabric, but the beaded applique, and see how you can cut around your pieces. Like, for example, I might take it here, cut up, down, around, in between here. It doesn't look like there's a gap, but it is a gap around here, and then I think I'm gonna take it around here, and then boom, almost like a maze. And be careful when you do it, because you do not want to cut your beads, okay? Cutting your beads is the worst, but it's definitely fixable, and I'll show y'all that later in the video. I'll probably place this piece going here and around because it just flows better. So at least I know exactly what it looks like. So what I'm going to do is pin this piece, sew it down, pin this piece, sew it down. If you need to pin both pieces, do that. If you need whatever you need to do that better fits your sewing habits, then do that. Personally, I don't like pins sticking me all in my legs. And I don't like this part moving around when I'm dealing with this part. So usually I'll pin here, sew here, come down here, pin here, sew here, and then I'll cut the lace all at the same time. So that's basically what I'm gonna do. I think in this video, I'm gonna pin this and sew it down for y'all. And then I'm gonna do the rest of the video and show y'all the finished product, because it's really essentially the same thing, you know. The process for all of the pieces are the same. For you to like pin things down, I like the little smaller pins. These are kind of bigger, but like these are smaller than the quilting pins. Those are a bit longer. But I love the small ball ones, especially when draping. They're just so cute. But pins come in all different sizes. Like, you got this little bitty one. But when I'm doing stuff like this, I need the big joints. Big joints. Okay, y'all. So when y'all do pin this down, sometimes it's good to pin one at the top and one at the bottom so you don't lose its place. Sometimes I do that, sometimes I don't. I know like how I want to pin it and how I want it to look, so I can always adjust it as I go. But if you're new to it, just go ahead and pin it so your placement is there. You can do one at the top, one here, one here, one here, just so you won't lose sight. And then go in and just pin it down. Overly pin, you can never pin too much. Pin. Also, when you're pinning things that have pockets, make sure you go underneath with your hand, so you don't, even when you're sewing, go underneath with your hand so you don't stitch this down to your pocket. And then when you sell your garment or wear your garment, your client not able to put their hand in their pocket because you didn't sewed it down. Baby, when you broke my heart, that I had to come again, I'm sure you that I win. All those times I said that I love you. Yes, I tried. Yes, I tried. Even though you knew I'd die for you. Yes, I cried. Yes, I cried. So go ahead and put your needle on the thread, right? Use whatever color you want. Essentially you will want to use a color that matches the fabric itself, but this beaded applique uses white, so I just use white. So sometimes I do that too. Whatever color your beaded applique is, do that too so it can blend in with the beaded applique. Like you don't want to use blue. I mean, you can either use the color that's on the beaded applique itself or use the color that of the fabric to hand sew this down. This here is already threaded, so I'm gonna go ahead and start the threading process. I know for a fact I'm gonna run out of thread, so once I run out of thread, I'll show you guys how I thread my needle. I know that seems very basic, but maybe somebody don't know it. So I'm gonna just get started. I just start at one point. It really doesn't matter. And there's holes in all of these beaded appliques. So essentially I'm gonna go underneath the fabric, underneath the garment, so you can hide your thread. So go inside, pull up, and then I'm gonna just sew a little small knot underneath. So I'll go up under this piece, sew it, loop it through, and boom, you got your first little knot. Then I will go in between, in the hole of this bead, go in, pull, so in between the fabric, pull, and then I'm moving down. So for example, and granted, each time I do this, each beaded applique is differently. I don't sew piece by piece by piece. I definitely put gaps in between it. So since I sewed this down, I'll probably stitch it here. I'll stitch down both of these sides, this right side and this left side bead, because if you don't, it's going to dangle when you cut the lace, and you don't want that. So I'm gonna come down to this next little group right here, sew in the middle, and sew on both sides. So what I'm gonna do is go underneath your fabric, so put the needle in between, and you're gonna take it straight down and pull it up. Sometimes you don't get it perfect, like this is not perfect, but it made it. I'm gonna go ahead and loop it up under, pull, go up under, pull. So now that this middle part is secured, I'm gonna go up under the fabric, and I'm gonna just stitch, because this bead got 2 holes on it. All you need to do is stitch one of them down. So I pulled it through underneath the fabric, pull this up, stitch it, Take your needle through the hole, pull, go up under the fabric to this side. Pull it out. Take it through the hole. Take it in between this hole, pull so it knots down. Okay, we're gonna go under the fabric. We're gonna go to this next section. Boom. Sew down the piece in the middle. I'm gonna go to this side first, so back underneath. Pull, go through the bead. Pull it again. Sometimes that happens where it gets tangled. Just unravel it. Take it up under, go to this side of it, and sew that bead down. Take it through the hole. I forgot to knot it, so I'm gonna do a knot. And when I say a knot, that means you pull, you loop the thread through the hole, pull it tight, knot. So essentially that's what it is. Very simple. When I get to, actually I'm gonna show y'all. Okay, y'all, so when we get to something like this, I'll take the thread underneath and I'll probably stitch here, I'll stitch here, I'll stitch here, and I'll stitch in between these pieces maybe 1 to 2 times. But you don't have to go every other bead or whatever. Just secure it down. And use your judgment. If you feel like it's loose, stitch it again in another place. If you feel like it's secure, leave more gaps in between it. Like, use your judgment. So I'm gonna take the needle underneath. I still have my hand under here, but actually I'm getting to my pocket. So you don't want to stitch your pocket down. So I'm gonna take the needle through, up, make sure it doesn't tangle, so untangle it, pull it, and you see here when I pulled it through, it went 1, 2, 3 beads, and I'm gonna just stitch it there. I feel like it would be secure. Do it, pull it, take it underneath. I'm gonna go here, pull it through, and take your pins out as you go, you know. Pull, stitch it down, pull. And so now I'm on this. I'll take it here and probably here. So after the first one, after the second one, and then that's it, you know. You don't have to do every single bead. Just secure it down tight enough. Make sure you loop it through, pull it, loop this through, pull it, when you get to a piece like this, this is glued onto here, but there's also lace underneath this. So what I do is take my needle and go kind of underneath this piece and stitch it down. Because this piece, when you sew out, when you cut off your lace, you won't even cut this because it's underneath. But if you go ahead and just stitch it underneath, behind it, you won't see it, and it's extra secure. And I don't do that to every piece. I might do it on this side, and I'll do it on this side, you know. Boom. So now I'm gonna go to this side. I also need to sew down this side. So actually I might go back up here, sew this down, and then move it around. Just use your judgment in your own pattern. I try not to go too far off in the weeds. I try to stay within the area of stitching something down. Okay, y'all, so I'm getting kind of close to the end of the thread. By the way, if you hear some noise in the back, that's my daughter. She's doing some homework. We're working on sight words, Cahri. Yeah. Yeah. So since I'm getting close to the end of this thread, I'd rather cut it while it's a little too long so I can make sure I have enough thread to knot it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And I'm gonna show y'all how I thread my needles. Very simple. So I knot it 3-4 times. Very simple. And then I go ahead and cut it. Boom. This is how I thread. I just take the thread, pull it. You don't want it too long. Sometimes I'll take it from holding it on my hand and up to my arm to thread the needle. Basically put it through the hole. Sometimes it goes in, sometimes it's down. Sometimes you might like need to lick your finger and pull it so the fibers can fuse together. And this is what I do. I literally take the needle in one hand and I'll pull it, pull until I get to the top of my shoulder. So hand, pull, top of my shoulder, and then I'll cut it. You don't want it too long because if it gets too long, it gets too jumbled up. But teach his own. Whatever you choose to do is up to you. How long you want your thread? Trial and error. I just know when I first started, just doing it my arm length doubled was good for me. Now I do my arm length plus a little extra. I just pull a little extra out. And I just leave it at that. So then you will double knot it at the end. That didn't knot properly, so I'm gonna do it a third time and hopefully I'll double knot one of the knots. Oh my god. There we go. And then you see the knots. Boom. Clip the end. And now you're done. Okay, so the last trick of the trade I'm going to show y'all is this joint right here. Okay. This one right here is something that needs to be glued down and will be glued down when you get done. But I'm going to show y'all. But I'm going to show y'all a little trick that I do. So I will stitch until about here, right? So I'm on this piece and I know I'm still on this piece. So I'm going to just go ahead and go over here because I'm near it. And I'm going to go under this piece. So like I told y'all, it's the mesh underneath it. Stitch the mesh to the fabric underneath this piece. Because when you go to cut it off, you're not cutting that piece off because you can't cut it off. You can't get to it. Underneath it, tie it. Underneath it on the other side, pull it through, knot it. I'll go ahead and take this pin out because I don't need it. And then I will wrap this thread around it. And then I'll knot it again over here. Got it. And this time I'm gonna loop this through. I'll probably loop it through. I was gonna say twice, but I did once. I'm gonna leave it. It's not that big of a deal. And then when you get done cutting this, you just put a little glue underneath it, press it down. You should be good to go. So I still need to finish this bead. So I'm going to take this back up under my fabric, bring it back here, pull it through, and finish sewing this down.
So smooth, you got the love, girl, it's so smooth, it's so creamy, you got the love, girl, it's so smooth, you got the love, girl, it's so smooth, it's so creamy, you got the love. So smooth, you got the love. Girl, it's so smooth, it's so creamy. You got the love. Girl, it's so smooth. You got the love. Girl, it's so smooth, it's so creamy.
When y'all are cutting off your beaded appliques, essentially it's very simple. You just need to watch out for your stitches where you stitched at, and watch out for the beaded applique itself, because a lot of the beaded appliques are pre-stitched onto this mesh fabric, and you do not want to accidentally cut one of these beads because it's gonna unravel. Now, granted, if it does that, because I have done that before, all you need to do is take your thread and kind of stitch the beads down onto the fabric and kind of stop it, basically. So there's like holes, of course, in the beads in the silver part. What do you call this? I don't want to call it bedazzle, but there's holes. There's holes and stuff within these. So if you make a slip up and you accidentally cut one of these trying to trim off the fabric, you can literally just stitch in between the holes, the beads, and then stitch it onto the fabric to basically stop the run, which will be so simple to do if you cut it, but don't cut it. So when you cut it, you basically just cut around the fabric. It's so simple. I love these shears. I got these shears from Joann, and they just snip right at the tip of them, which makes everything so much easier. So you just snip, snip, snip. Most of this I will go in and snip. Some of it I won't. And some of these beaded appliques I will glue down. Like where it has these little bedazzle pieces, I'll go in with some E360 glue and glue this down. Good job. Okay, so some areas I do leave, like this, I might leave just because you can't see it. And I'll cut here, and I'll cut around the sides. This here I'll leave because it's close to the edge and I don't want it to unravel, so I'll leave that. But some of the spots like here, I left this. You can't tell. You can't tell at all. But you don't want it to look tacky. So cut off what looks tacky. Oh my god, y'all. So I just did it. I just cut the thread right here. Good example. Okay, y'all. So if you guys can see right here, I went ahead and accidentally cut the threads. So what we want to do is stop the threads from unraveling. So I'm going to sew in between this little bead right here. I got my needle through it and I'm gonna pull straight up. And then I'm gonna go back through it underneath it basically and pull. So you're basically just stitching the beads down so they don't keep unraveling. So if you accidentally cut it, that's exactly what you need to do. And it's actually unraveling from here too. I don't know if y'all saw that fall off, but I'm gonna just go ahead and take my thread underneath the fabric, the jeans, and make sure you have your hand in between the jeans. Like you don't want to stitch your jeans together, back side to front side. You want to have your hand in between the pair of jeans so you don't accidentally stitch them together. So I stitched underneath so I don't have a whole bunch of stitches on the top. And I'm basically gonna sew here and then I'm gonna come back and sew there. So here and there, my needle here, I'm gonna sew here in between this hole and attach it to the jean. And I'm gonna come here and do the same thing and tack it down so it doesn't keep unraveling. And it happens fast. So if you see something unraveling, just put the pair of jeans down quick, fast, in a hurry, because you don't want to make a mistake and then all of your beads are unraveling. So boom. It looks so cute, y'all. Love it. Love it. Love it. Okay. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for watching this video. These jeans are so cute. I have only 4 pairs: small, medium, large, extra large. They definitely run small because I think the pair I got on now is a large. I can fit a medium because I like my stuff to be snug, but I got on a large because secretly I didn't finish the but I got on the large just to give y'all a gauge, and I am 5'2". I am about 150 in weight, so the jeans definitely do run small, but they're so cute. I have beaded appliques on them just to give y'all a close knit look to the jeans. So cute, so cute, so cute. Yes, so all the information will be in my bio if y'all want to shop them, shop Cahri's boutique. Go ahead. If you got questions about beaded appliques and things of that nature, just hit me up too. I'll answer anything for y'all. But I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and as always, love and prayers.